Hey, what's up, y'all? It's me, Tasha C, and today I actually will be viewing Real World Explore. To say Explosion, my bad, y'all. What is this? Season 29, episode 1. I know I'm about a week behind, but I didn't see the rest of the show until last night. And I didn't even know. I mean, I know they were still doing Real Worlds, but the last time, honestly, y'all, I was watching Real World, I think, was Chicago, New Orleans, and all that stuff without Las Vegas time. But, we've been, personally to me, Real World has kind of been doing this for some years now, personally to me. So, when I seen shout out to Ashley Miller and Wes from a Connection TV, are the YouTubers that I watch that are reviewing the show. I honestly so I had to watch Wesley because I know it's going to be great. So, what made me want to watch the shows that I've seen actually, I was like, Real World Explosion, what is this? And I know it's somewhat of a train wreck, but it's just interesting to see how they turn out. But we might as well say this is trying to use this type of tactic to see can it keep World on for another 29 or 30 seasons. But let's get it started. Now, basically, the explosion part is about you get seven instead of about seven diverse strangers. I don't know if they're gonna add in the job or who they're gonna be working at, but the main focus is getting these castmates, putting them in the house. You're gonna see some tension, sexual tension, some sex going on in the house, blah blah, and all this stuff, maybe some alcoholism, whatever. Then you have this new twist. They're starting like the first episode. They're having so many episodes where they start 28, 29 to 28 days prior before their exes, get into the house, and they don't know that their exes are going to, come to the house. Some of the exes, I think when they start talking, describing a little about themselves, when the castmates, you already see, that they, picture them or some film of them and stuff like that. Like Jay, for example, one of the castmates, he's from, I forgot what part. I know he says he's come from Italian neighborhood, and he's still cool with his ex named Jesse, I think. And before he left, his mom, has cancer, has been on and off and dealing with remission, and it coming back again on and off ever since he says he was little. So, um, here's the thing to fast forward. Like I said, they're trying to bring in the shock value and see the last exes, or they're in between. They might be exes on break or whatever, turbulent, or we don't know where we're standing at type of relationship with these people, and bring them there to the show. So I know it's pretty interesting asking them when they're doing a casting interview and stuff like that, like, so how's your last relationship, blah, blah, blah. And they're sitting there behind these people's backs and sitting there contacting them. Do you want to get on the show? You get a check. So, anyways, y'all, let's get started. Now, like I said, I brought up Jay. Like I said, a lot of these people were in relationships like 4 something years or been with them, and they've been with them for at least a year or more. Now, Corey, who is a visual distraction, if you know what I mean, like cute. He's originally from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Like, if it's your first time watching, I'm from Michigan myself. Nowhere in that area. It's like 2 something hours away. But yeah, he moved to Los Angeles because he was tired of living paycheck to paycheck and his personal change and stuff like that. He was with his girlfriend for 8 years, but he didn't want to break her heart. It's just, one of those things were just faded and something like that. Okay. We also have Jesse, who boyfriend, ex, whatever, looks exactly similar to Corey. And she recently, is in one of the stations. They were on a break, and they recently got back together, I think right before they got called into the show, and he is seeing somebody else, and he doesn't know what he wants to do, whatever. This is something that's brought up late in the episode, or he doesn't know he want to sell his old or keep where it's at, and she wants to be in a situation like she does want to be exclusive with this man, but she's been with him, I think, 4 years. Like I said, she's been with him for a long minute too, but he wants to sit here and play, I don't know, if I want to, if I commit to you type of thing all of a sudden. And she just wants a clear answer. And we see later on about how she gets that straightened out. So, anyways, our next castmate is we have Jamie. And Jamie happens to be, she was in a relationship with her ex-boyfriend for 4 years, and she found out, I think towards the end or after the relationship, that it wasn't going the right way, and he had cheated her all these times. So now she's currently a bartender. Thomas, he was in a relationship a long time also, I think, with his ex, And he claims to not be a frat boy, but I mean, I don't know why the dudes look like they were frat boys. Or if y'all remember, what was it? Okay, yes, that group that when it was popular with them treadmills made that cool video. They don't make cool people's that band. They just was kind. I don't know. That's just me, y'all. Sorry, but I mean, they kind of looked like he was a frat boy, but he kind of underplaced and stuff like that. So we have time with that situation. Also, we have Ariel, who's a model, and she points out like she's a model, she gets paid, but she's like a model, free spirit or whatever. She's in between the rocks. I mean, as far as situation, trying to work it off. She's off with her girlfriend, but she points out that at first she doesn't tell anybody that she's a lesbian. No big deal. But she's just saying this. How she's brought up for. How some people think that because she wasn't. I think she was raised with her mom or something like that. People think like that's the reason why she became gay. But she's like, that's just me. So, I mean, she seems like a cool type of person and whatever. So, here's the odd one out the bunch. We see is Ashley. Ashley is doing the thing of trying to claim. Now, I haven't watched Bad Girls Club as of yet, but I don't know if, of course, I've been hearing about it. I might review it when Chicago comes. Now, she's all talking. I even heard about Natalie Nunn claim that she runs LA, and somehow Ashley, who is from West Virginia, and even when she's on the boat before she gets called about saying like, cheers the guys who screwed or whatever type of thing her and her friends are doing. If she has this party girl type of mentality, and I think I'm better in, whether she has actual money or not, or has some good trust funds, she has this better than personality, and I think I'm better on the folks. She's recently broke up with her boyfriend and stuff like that, but we find out later on that I don't know what's going on, but something ain't right. So we fast forward, they call everybody, and to say they were called, they made the final cast. But, like I said, some of them are already in California, but they made the final cast, and they're telling them to come that day. So everybody got to pack their stuff and come to the place that day. All the females meet at first, and, Thomas got the guys that, there's three, all three of the guys talking, the confessionals, once they all get there, they just fast forward. And, Thomas already is looking at Ariel, and I forgot who the first, but I know the first person was Ariel, and I think Ashley said he was looking at them at first, or, interested in them. And, of course, like I said, they wait till later or before they disclose or she then instantly about Ariel's, sexual orientation, But, so they're going to go another time. But, even everybody, I think Jamie and some other body else was the first one to notice, like when Ashley, came in, it was kind of like you could tell she was a little bit club ready or could have been setting off. The first thing you think about her is a party girl. So, of course, they're looking around the house, choose the rooms, fast forward, because this is, nighttime is when we start with this, when the real mess goes on. And we have, she's talking about all the clubs she knows and all this stuff. I can get you in here because, the producers ask them before they go where you're going tonight. But, okay, MTV, they usually get into good clubs anyway because, they, maybe with the producers and the access and stuff like this, there's a lot of places they can probably get into. I know it's usually not a problem with people, most of these shows that they get into stuff. So, anyways, I think even before they go out or something like that, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm trying to work. I remember Corey pulled one of those, it reminded me of Real Worlds from Hollywood, Tex, and Ruth both going to the pool butt naked. And I forgot what his name, Cal River going there. And he decides to go into the jacuzzi, and nobody else follows. And he had to get back out the thing because nobody was thinking about going. I know he was one of the girls, of course, to get in there, and it was an epic fail. And for me, and it's probably I was trying to wish that blood was out of me. Okay, never mind. So, you got them going out for the night, right? Everybody's partying, having a good time, music playing and stuff. And Thomas, which is probably, everybody just is sitting there and enjoying the night and everything. And Thomas decides to make his move because it's probably after like 5 or 6 shots later decides to make a move on Ariel about how beautiful she is. She has a nice ass. And then Ariel decides to tell about how she loves Coochie so much, loves Coochie. So, toward, no, epic fail towards that way. So that won't be happening. And then, you have already Ashley, Miss Party Girl, I know everybody, sitting here. I mean, the dress is already pap smear ready anyway. And then she's already just, they had to blur her lower area so much because she's dancing everything just right up here, just turned up to a two top, um, less than 5 seconds. So, the problem doesn't really happen when they're at the club or anything. Everybody, like I said, just good and good on time, whatever. And, the action starts when they get back home the first day at the house and night of the house. And Jamie, who, I guess must be auditioning. I mean, she seemed good. If they have Cheater still on, if anybody knows Cheater still on or not, she is definitely trying out to be the new host because Ashley was with this guy in this club, but I think she doesn't talk about him until she brings him home. This guy, I think named Chris, who owns a yacht or something, whatever. And it was totally different because she said her boyfriend, her ex-boyfriend, was a personal trainer. And Jamie, actually points that out because she doesn't like cheaters. She is very fit. That's what I'm saying is if they still are hosting that show, she can be the first female host because she, I guess, is gonna go in and she said she can sense a cheater and stuff like that and whatever. And so she kind of confronts her on the spot about it. She's like, yeah, but this is his friend and stuff like that. Yeah, I did tell you my boyfriend was blah, blah, but this is here. So I don't know if the guy's cool with it, whatever, as far as, they switch and toss and turn to cooch, but that's their business. So, Ashley's already drunk and disbarred, and I guess she's in the key. But, she decides to, as far as I'm concerned, play that drunk role, and that gave you excuse to pretend like I didn't know what was going on, blah, blah, blah. That is such an excuse. So in her case, she decides to sit here and go as far as talking about Jamie. Like I said, Jamie should honestly, she's going to talk to her about it instead of putting her on blast. I understand what Jamie's trying to do to a certain extent, but she should have waited, maybe asking her about it, but not confronting her in front of the dude or whatever the case is. Because if she had some skeletons in the closet and she wouldn't want nobody else, and she was trying to keep it on low, whether it was off film or whatever, she said in confidential, if she does get close to anybody on there or somebody else on thing, she won't want nobody putting her on blast. And so this is Ashley's time to shine, talking about, nobody's gonna want Jamie because she has tattoos and stuff like that or whatever up and down her body, which I was confused. This wasn't right. But even if she did, I mean, that's people's personal preference. It's kind of like putting her down just because she was tattooed, whatever. And then I'm thinking, like, well, a lot of people have your castmates already, and probably starting around that time now, already during it was looking at her. If you think about it, this child, not to say anything, but she wouldn't like if somebody had the nerve to say some comment like, I bet you put a black light to you see all these cum stains near her cooch mouth and other open areas or whatever cum stains she got to wash off that's still on her clothes. So what I'm saying is just that, even though she's probably not that way, you can't stereotype it because the reason why I'm bringing this up is she goes far as to telling Corey's trying to calm down, say what is going on, whatever. And, other people, of course, is in their room, but she decides to say to Jamie and all of them that she can buy, her, Jamie's family and everybody else's family. Corey just like, what the heck is you talking about? He doesn't get in her face like he about to hit her or nothing, but he is trying to confront her like, you don't sit here talking about my family about that, blah, blah, blah. And then, she's going still in a drunken, angry slur talking about, I think that's when she calls her family right before. She does this first thing where she calls her family after she says all this horrible stuff to people and talking about smack, and she calls her grandma and sister to mom. This made me feel like I'm in high school again because I think she was talking to friends. She was just she was doing too much. And then she wants sympathy. Then she calls her grandma and says people are picking on her doing them type of speeches. I need strength, blah, blah, blah. And then she sits here, walks outside, out of the house, just in front of the house. They didn't show like the man getting her, bringing her back to the house, just walking. See what they're going to be without. They can't get no clothes without me, one of them type of stuff. Like, she is just so above and beyond everybody. She's the queen of the clubs. She's the queen of having all this money, and she is better than everybody. Okay, and she kind of has that look that you may want to spray Lysol even when she talks to you to do Skype. So I'm just saying, the way she presents herself that's why she seems to be one of the possibly, as far as right now, one of those castmates you just like, the one you wouldn't give a darn about whether she left the house or not. Yeah. So, she, like I said, she walks out the house, outside with still the bikini on, and the guy, for instance, the guy that she's with, calms her down, whatever. And then we go to the next day. Now, she has waken out of, her drunkenness. And, she's trying to pretend, of course, she's doing confession, stuff like that. Like, she just wants to be over. It was sorry that she's done that. So, you got Corey, I forgot who else was working out with him. I think, she's all on top of Corey's back, and then she's all, again, they had to blur half of her body out because dress just right up to here. She's saying she's twerking, boobs falling out of the top of the dress and everything else, and she's just trying to pretend like all of a sudden they cool. And Corey's still mad at her at this moment about what the F you on? You sat here and disrespected my family and stuff like that. So really just they were talking about a little bit, a couple of the cast members, and then they were talking about stuff with, with, like I said, Jesse was talking about her and her boyfriend, but she did admit that she had attraction to Corey, and he looks just like her, but she's not trying to cross there, she doesn't know what to do, type of thing. Now, of course, there's a couple of hookups, I think Jamie was the one that suggested, like later on, like that Corey or they should talk, that Corey and Jesse should actually talk to each other. First, they like, nah, I don't know for sure. I don't want to break nobody's heart, blah, blah, blah. Then you got, I think, somebody telling Jamie, that her and Thomas could probably hook up with each other. Like I said, y'all, there's so much fun. Sorry I didn't take notes. I'm just saying, it was brought up that Jamie and Thomas, which they look like they possibly might be, but they're just taking it slower. And then we have the famous part number 2. So like I said, they just take it chill. Like I said, well, Jesse is talking to her boyfriend, and later on her ex, and that's when they let him know he doesn't know. He probably still trying to find his way and all this other stuff, which I kind of brought up earlier. So now all of a sudden they go to club. They go to club the second night, and Jesse's like, I moved on. We're officially broke up from her boyfriend. And, they go to club. She meets this guy, and he's kind of like, he follows her on the way home there. She didn't really bother, just like to say hi, to say a couple words and stuff like that. Jamie's somewhat flirting with Thomas, because Thomas is just like, stuff such as, he already said earlier, like, when he found out about what Ashley said about five, right? He's like, sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but I am actually a rich white boy. I don't mean to be saying that, and, I am, so she can't buy me, but, And then you got him at the club. He said, I know which, because Jamie's asking, you think you're cute or handsome or attractive? Yeah, I kind of know that, So he kind of makes it loud and clear, like he might be a little bit arrogant. But she actually liked that about him, because they even asked one woman, like, do you think he's cute and attractive? She's like, no. And he's just like, okay, whatever. But Jamie, you could tell Jamie and Thomas, there might be some possible chemistry and stuff there, so I would be surprised to say anything. And so fast forward, Corey at this time, this is when Ashley was all on him, and he asked for apology, and drunken Ashley says she's sorry, and then all of a sudden they reconcile by during their dry humping, all in the cab and everything else. So here's her Ashley ruined her chance of getting some Corey slung with this shit. So we fast forward. The guy follows Jesse's there. They're in the jacuzzi. They end up going in there and changing the course of her gear. He's in his drawers because he never fakes it. So they end up, of course, to see the tension between Jesse, because like I said, Corey and Ashley been on and off, and fighting with the tongue, as far as kissing wise, and before they're about to hook up, he was about to make themselves some food, which, because like I said, they're just on the house. You can tell, like, if something was going to go down then. But like I said, Ashley herself has ruined this, because she's up there acting like an ass. Now, Ariel's minding her own business. She's near, the little kitchen area, but not too far away. They were cooking some 2 burgers, right? And, they just took them off the stove, the little pan off the stove. And she asks Ariel, do you want some burgers? And she's like, no, thank you, or something. And she does this, and the angle you just see, like the camera is down, looking down towards this way, And Ariel, that's what I'm saying. That's a cool ass chick. Cause I'm sorry, I would have been, I'd been kicked out. Cause either she been hit with the paint. I'm just saying, cause the hot grease. They said the hot grease ended up on Ariel. What it would have burned Ariel? I mean, I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? That was kind of the. She could say it, but why? What was your first response? Is because she didn't want no burgers. Is to do this and throw it towards somebody. And like I said, burgers came out, blah, blah, blah. So, of course, Corey was like, man. And then, Jay said the most funniest comment of the night. He was like this, I just wanted, because, around this time, she's in, I guess, a thong, bikini, or swimwear, or whatever. And he said this. He was like, I just want to take her, grab her by the thong, and give her a wedgie and hang her by the fan. I forgot to mention y'all early episode when he first met Ariel, like a couple minutes later, or a little later on, like an hour or something after they met everybody, Ohio, they did editing. Since he's been in the all-Italian neighborhood, he's never really associated. I guess one of his dreams was always to feel what a black person's hair is like, especially, I guess, the girl. And he was just like, can I touch it? Like I say, Ariel is cool as hell as far as I'm concerned. But the way he did, I guess she was looking like she was just so surprised that you couldn't really get offended. But still, I'm like, no, that's okay. But he just like, as soon as he touched, he just like, yes! It's soft. I don't know why, but he just seemed so happy. But I guess that's one of his dreams so far in his life was if he ever got a chance to be around enough a black woman or something, or just, he wanted to feel her hair, because that was one of his things. He was just so fascinated by it. Whatever. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm paraphrasing what I saw. And so, anyways, he ended up like I said, he, later on, fast forward that comment. So again, she decides to call her daddy later on that episode and saying like how the people, that's what I'm saying, this whole game thing back and forth, that she continues to sit here. She's one of those people who sit here, does something, and then tries to excuse, in this case with her, obviously the alcohol. And already everybody else was like, what the heck? What did she do that for? Once she threw the burgers and everything. As far as like, you waste food, blah, blah, blah. So he, like I said, he already walked away. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bitch, whatever. And then, here, the guy, because Jessie was in talking back in the room after the guy was jacuzzi with her and the dude. But you'll probably tell that she was kind of jealous when she seen, before all this happened and Ashley lose her chance of getting Corey's slong, that Jessie was really like wishing that they would have talked. Even though they claim like they, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. They do have feelings for each other. You can tell that, because like I said, Corey, let's talk about that smack, as far as like, I don't know. I mean, I like her and everything. She's hiding and blah, 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 but I don't want to mess with that right now. Well, thank you, Ashley. You have just helped the hook up. So, the guy is, because Jessie goes in there to see what's going on. They're just talking about it, everything, like I said, Ariel's just like, okay, that's okay. I guess she runs up the grease and everything, but she doesn't get really like, like I said, any burned or anything like that from it. But like I said, she seems to be a cool ass chick, especially with that shit. Okay, so, because that would have been the entire hunt of the episode, would have been the right one who would have been, like, oh, you going to throw things. You going to hold by grease? Excuse me just a minute. We'll hear that. Edit the scene, or maybe it would have had to find one of the castmates. I don't know. It just, or, would have had to repick and get somebody replaced before the show started. Or, or they wouldn't have thrown, I don't know, but it just might have been an assault case. Somebody would have been on the news on the wrong reason. So, anyways, at the end, the confessionals, after, you got Ash in the corner, you got Jamie and Thomas, they decide to, sit here, and he has her to scratch his back, and he was like, I like to cuddle, and they're cuddling, and Jamie missed it, she's kind of, started to like him. So, like I said, they seem like to be taking a little bit slower, and, like I said, I guess Jay and the rest of them, are chilling out, whatever, Ariel and stuff. And like I said, so in the confessionals, after with all the stuff goes on and everything slows down, you got Jessie and Corey. They decide to go into the confessionals with these furry these furry thick hats that kind of, when I meant furries, y'all, I'm not talking about the darn birds, these new, them bird things they got on these kid toys now that actually copied off of the Popples. If y'all was at least the 80s babies, y'all know who the heck that was. They, as far as that type of toy, the Popples. Because that's what the Furbies look like, a bite of the Popples. So anyway, I'm just thinking about you furries. If y'all know what that term really means for furries, when people are attracted to half. Okay, never mind. Well, that's what I don't know why they remind me of when they had them hats on. I mean, not to say we're furries, but I'm like, why they got on? It just remind me of wearing some furry gear. Anyways, y'all. So all of a sudden, Jesse and Corey just start talking more, and they start talking more, and you know what I'm saying, talking more, and all of a sudden, that attraction, that sexual attraction started coming on, and she had to she had to cut off the thing, and next minute I know, you just see a little movement. You don't see much with Marvin Park when they finish whatever. They kind of just have a couple minutes in the thing, and they end up hooking up. So in the end, Jesse was the one that got the 100% prime beef for pure American, just pure beef is what she ended up getting, and the episode kind of ended after that. So I hope y'all enjoyed this review of mine, the first degree explosion. Like I said, even though it was a hot ass mess, it definitely be some stuff I might be looking at and will probably be reviewing the whole entire season, because I'm kind of wondering how is this going to work out, especially with the exes coming in and they looking like, oh shit, where the hell, so it's actually, like I said, it was actually a question for next TV spot, because I wouldn't even known or paid attention. But then I'm like, but I seen the comments because I looked at it MTV below, and a lot of people, what I scanned, were talking about how a lot of people, or it could be the same person, you don't know, multiple accounts, was saying about Ashley, looks like we're a whore or club person, like that. This is, but like I said, she presents herself, as far as right now, this first episode, like she's just this slutty character who gets drunk all the time. Not to say she's, I'm just saying that's how it was edited in this first episode. So anyway, y'all, shout out to Mike B, the Ghetto Views, some more love, Self-Esteem Queen Don, Jay Mayo, Maureen Linda, of course, Majestic, also Random Magician. She goes by both names. Okay, and I'm not trying to forget anybody. You got Jamie Bessa, Jamil TV. I hope I didn't get anybody. I hope I didn't get anybody. But I'm just going to let y'all know. So Ray Crowder says subscribe, and I hope you have a pleasant night, morning, weekend, just day. And I will definitely see y'all in the next video. So, so we're just going to enjoy and see what this mess really is. All right. Y'all take care.